breaking news coming in at this point in time. The preliminary investigation report in the AI-171 crash has now confirmed that in the cockpit voice recording, one of the pilots is heard asking the other, why did he cut off? The other pilot then responded that he did not do so. We are learning that the recording doesn't clarify who said what, whether it was the pilot or the co-pilot who posed the question. My colleague Anand Singh joins us live for more details. Anand, crucial component in the investigation, cockpit voice recording has now emerged. Of course, we still don't know who is speaking what in the recording, but we can clearly see that one of the pilots, asks if the other switch cut off the engine supply, to which the other one replies that I did not do so. Take us through the details, please.
Malvika, look, the way in which the two of the black boxes of this AI-171 Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner was recovered just 3 days after the crash, and its data downloaded within 10 days after the crash. So clearly, after analyzing the FTR data, the AAIB, that is the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, they have found the communication between the two pilots who were present in the plane at that point of time and who were having the control of the aircraft. So one of the pilots asked that, why did you cut off the fuel engine switch? To which the second one responded, I did not do so. So clearly, the AIB has not mentioned whether it was the pilot or co-pilot who asked and who had questioned this kind of activity inside the cockpit. So clearly, this has raised suspicion that how the switch, that is the fuel switch of the AI-171 that crashed on June 12, how it went off automatically, or whether there was some mechanical or human error involved in that. So clearly, the investigators have to work out in detail that what led to such an occurrence, which is very rare in such a modern aircraft. So clearly, they will be analyzing all the data. They will try to ascertain the voice of the pilot and co-pilot. They will try to identify who asked the question with which pilot and who responded in which manner. So clearly, all these things will go into detail because this is just a preliminary report, and a detailed report will be submitted. It takes around a year of time from the crash. So clearly, it will be taking a tough time for the investigators to analyze all the data and come to any conclusion that whether this switch, that is the fuel switch, was cut off accidentally by the pilots or it happened automatically. So all these deliberations will go on among the investigators. They will speak to several of the stakeholders like the Boeing, like the Air India, and also the engine manufacturer, that is the GE. So clearly, they will be looking after a number of aspects before coming to any conclusion that whether it was a human error or it was a technical or mechanical error on Boeing's Dreamliner. Back to you, Malvika.
Well, stay on with us, Anand. We have some more breaking news coming in. After the preliminary report released, sources said that the investigators in the coming days will analyze the audio of the pilot and the co-pilot in regard to who said what during the flight. It is important now, of course, to identify the voice of the pilot and the co-pilot. Anand Singh continues to be with us. Anand, we are learning that, sources have told us that the focus also will now shift to who exactly is saying what in the recovered cockpit voice recording. So, how significant is this also, if you could please tell us?
Yeah, Malvika, look, communication between the two of the pilots in the cockpit is very crucial, and the FDR starts working soon. The pilots come inside the cockpit and they just switch on the ignitions of the aircraft. So clearly, there are a number of recording devices that are installed. One records the ambience of the cockpit, which also includes the pilots communicating with each other. Then they also have the mic of the pilot and co-pilot, through which also the FDR records their data. So clearly, the investigators in the coming days will try to analyze the voice sample of the pilot and the co-pilot, because the pilot of this ill-fated AI-171 was having more than 10,000 hours of flying in the Boeing, and similarly, the co-pilot was also having more than 3,400 hours of flying experience. So clearly, both the pilots were well experienced and they carried around 13,000 hours of flying experience. So clearly, it will be a main job of the investigators to try to understand that what happened in the cockpit, what communication they had with each other, what kind of messages they exchanged with each other, and they will also try to analyze the voice samples of both the pilots, as this flight data recorder has the recording of over 49 hours and at least 8 flights. So clearly they will be testing all those things, and they will be also looking at the background, how these pilots have earlier in their earlier flight they had cooperated with each other. So number of aspects will go into this AI crash probe, as this is just a preliminary report. But in the before coming to any conclusion, they will have a detailed deliberation on all the facts that has been recovered from the black boxes of the AI 171. Back to you, Malvi.
Well, Anand, stay on with us. In